ABC News World Headquarters in New York. This is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to start another week with all of you at home. We do begin tonight with the urgent threat right now for millions. Just as we come on the air tonight, there are tornado watches across several states at this hour, and the threat of dangerous, powerful storms as we head into the night. It comes after these deadly tornadoes have killed at least people already. Tornado watches right now in 7 states at this hour, 30 million Americans on alert. More than 100 reported tornadoes since Thursday, this one in Arnett, Oklahoma. AccuWeather storm chasers encountering this massive wedge tornado right here, crossing Interstate 70. This is Grinnell, Kansas you're looking at. And the utter devastation in Laurel County, Kentucky, where at least 17 people died. Our Janae Norman is standing by in Kentucky amid the devastation, where they're bracing for more tonight. But first, the storms that are now coming. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee. She's leading us off in Oklahoma tonight, where the skies have already darkened. The winds are picking up. Ginger?
The thunder has been cracking, David. Here we've got a severe thunderstorm warning with Oklahoma City right behind me. Some wind gusts easily 50-plus miles per hour, but this is nothing compared to what we're worried about tonight. Tornado watches stretch from southeastern Nebraska all the way down through eastern Kansas, western Missouri, the Ozarks of Arkansas, and much of the state of Oklahoma and North Texas there you can see. So we're worried that the next couple of hours along this dry line, we're going to get some of these storms that would have enough twist to become supercellular. That means they could create long track tornadoes on the high end of intensity, and the line keeps tracking east even after sunset. Look at it approach St. Louis, some of the same areas that just got hit days ago. Then tomorrow, we're going to do it again in the same areas that got hit over the weekend. Parts of western Tennessee and western Kentucky, northern Mississippi too, Lake Huntsville, or Tupelo, Mississippi, Memphis included, and that's your Tuesday, David.
We can see those flashes of lightning behind you, Ginger. We'll see you first thing in the morning. Thank you. Be safe. In Kentucky tonight, they are bracing for more storms this evening after already getting hit with an EF3 tornado, winds at least 136 miles an hour. ABC's Janae Norman is on the scene in Kentucky for us.
Tonight, millions on alert for tornadoes, high winds, and powerful storms for a 5th night in a row. Overnight, more than 30 tornadoes reported across multiple states. Northwest of Wichita, AccuWeather storm chaser Tony Blauback face-to-face with a monster wedge tornado crossing Interstate 70 in Grinnell, Kansas. This massive tornado spotted on the ground in Colorado, not far from Denver's airport. More than 24 killed since this outbreak began. At least 5 killed in St. Louis. Harrowing footage showing construction workers dodging flying debris from storms that hit there Friday night. Some 80 miles south of Lexington, Kentucky, a path of utter destruction through Laurel County. The tornado's winds estimated to be at least 136 miles an hour. At least 17 people killed in this county alone.
Surveyors estimate it was at least an EF3 tornado that ripped through this part of Kentucky, toppling trees like this. The Watts family here hunkered down in their bathroom. 2 of their neighbors had their homes lifted up and launched across the road.
Haley Watts, thankful she survived those ferocious winds.
We just got the floor of the bathroom, did the whole old school on your knees, cover your head, and it just went over us.
And David, here in London, Kentucky, families are racing to try to clean up and shore up what they can because they're under threat for severe storms, high winds, and possible tornadoes again through tomorrow night. David?
Yeah, the winds with all of that debris there right behind you. Janae Norman on the scene for us. Janae, thank you. We move on to the other news, and to former President Biden revealing he's battling an aggressive form of prostate cancer, indicating the cancer has metastasized. It has spread to his bones. The former president reporting that doctors found a prostate nodule last week, and he's now reviewing his treatment options. Tonight, the former president has posted this photo with his wife, Dr. Jill Biden, saying, quote, "Cancer touches us all," saying of his family, "We are the strongest in the broken places." Tonight, what we've learned about how serious this is. Here's Rachel Scott.
Tonight, former President Joe Biden posting this picture, smiling next to the former First Lady in Delaware, where they are reviewing treatment options in his battle with stage 4 prostate cancer, which has spread to his bones. "Cancer touches us all," he writes. "Like so many of you, Jill and I have learned that we are strongest in the broken places. Thank you for lifting us up with love and support." It comes just 4 months after the 82-year-old Biden left office. The former president's team saying he was diagnosed Friday after he experienced urinary symptoms and doctors found a nodule on his prostate. They say his cancer has a Gleason score of 9 out of a possible 10, indicating a more aggressive form of the disease. Medical experts say that means the cancer cells are likely to grow and spread rapidly.
How serious is this diagnosis?
It is quite serious. Once anyone is diagnosed with metastatic cancer, generally it's going to mean it's uncurable or very low likelihood of cure.
But doctors say it can be treated and managed with hormone therapy, something the Bidens say they are exploring. Earlier this month on The View, the former president sounding upbeat.
My question is, how are you? How you doing?
I'm well. The family's well, thank God. Things are moving along, and we're getting squared away.
Cancer has long tested the Biden family in profound ways. The former president spearheading his cancer moonshot, searching for a cure after his son Beau died of brain cancer in 2015 at just 46 years old.
I remember him saying to me, "Dad, this is the God of truth. Dad, I'm not afraid. I'm going to be okay." He knew he was about to die. But he said, "You got to promise me you'll stay involved."
Tonight, an outpouring of support. Biden's Vice President Kamala Harris saying Joe is a fighter, and I know he will face this challenge with the same strength, resilience, and optimism that have always defined his life and leadership. Former President Barack Obama noting, nobody has done more to find breakthrough treatments for cancer in all its forms than Joe, and I am certain he will fight this challenge with his trademark resolve and grace. Upon hearing the news, President Trump saying he and the First Lady extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family, and we wish Joe a fast and successful recovery. But late today, the president shifting in tone, now asking questions.
I think it's very sad, actually. I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time.
Biden's last physical as president was in February of 2024. A White House doctor declaring him fit for duty, saying routine tests identified no new concerns. The year before, doctors found and removed a cancerous skin lesion on his chest. His medical records do not indicate whether he was given a PSA test, which detects prostate cancer. But experts say that test is typically not recommended for men older than 70. And a late diagnosis is not unusual in that age group.
I would say on average, if I see patients at this age, it's a common scenario that they're diagnosed with advanced disease because very often their PSA was no longer being checked. They were no longer undergoing screening.
So let's bring in Rachel Scott. She's live at the White House tonight. Of course, Rachel, we all know that for years, former President Biden made cancer and fighting it, working to find a cure, one of his most important issues. And of course, now the former president finds himself battling the disease faced by millions of Americans every day.
Yes, David, and Biden saying himself today that cancer touches us all. We know the former president is reviewing treatment options, including the option of hormone therapy with his doctors. But medical experts tell us that with the cancer at this stage and this aggressive, surgery is likely not an option. But treatment can help slow the spread of the disease and manage symptoms, David.
Our thoughts are with President Biden and his family tonight. Rachel Scott, our thanks to you. Next tonight, we have new reporting here after that deadly boat crash right into the Brooklyn Bridge. Chilling video here showing the masts of that Mexican Navy ship snapping into pieces. Nearly 300 sailors on the ship on a training mission. 2 of them were killed, several others recovering from injuries tonight, and there are many questions about how this happened. Here's Gio Benitez.
Tonight, growing questions about what caused that catastrophic ship crash into the Brooklyn Bridge, killing 2 people, injuring 19 more. Stunning videos capturing the moment of impact Saturday night. This one filmed by someone on the bridge. Late today, officials confirming there was no significant damage to the iconic bridge. The NTSB says the Mexican Navy ship carrying nearly 300 people on a training mission departed a Manhattan pier around 8:20 Saturday night with the help of a tugboat. Sailors seen lining the towering masts. The ship reversing into the East River when it started to pick up speed.
We are going to be accessing all the different electronic data to determine at what point the vessel began accelerating.
4 minutes later, around 8:24 p.m., the crew requesting assistance from more tugboats. And roughly 45 seconds after those calls, the ship hitting the bridge. All 3 masts snapping like sticks, sailors left dangling. That tugboat appeared to try to steer the ship, called the Quadamac, south, but it kept drifting north towards the bridge. Experts pointing to videos like this showing a possible wake, suggesting the engines were pushing it faster right into the bridge.
That indicates that there's some sort of propelling force. So it does indicate that the ship is coming astern and actually driving itself toward the Brooklyn shore and the bridge.
And David, it's still not clear if a mechanical issue played a role in this crash. The NTSB is now waiting on Mexican officials to give them permission to board this ship and interview the crew. David.
All right, Gio Benitez reporting tonight. Gio, thanks as always. Next tonight to the deadly bomb at an IVF clinic in Palm Springs, California. Tonight, investigators are calling it a terror attack. First responders on the scene racing into the clinic after that blast to try to save the embryos. Kana Whitworth is on the scene for us.
Tonight, the FBI investigating what they say was a terror attack targeting a California fertility clinic. Authorities now identifying the suspect using DNA. The body of 25-year-old Guy Bartkus found next to the car detonated outside of American Reproductive Center in Palm Springs. Sources telling ABC News 2 assault-style rifles were also found.
We believe he was attempting to live stream it.
The FBI searching a home linked to the suspect, finding what they called a manifesto. In writings reviewed by ABC News, he expressed a belief the world should not be populated. The blast shattering windows, sending shrapnel flying hundreds of yards, injuring 4 people.
It knocked the wind out of you inside the building.
It felt like a really, really bad earthquake.
City officials credit the FBI and fire department for saving the embryos, eggs, and other sensitive material by racing into the blast zone to restore power.
There was potential to help some families and hopes and dreams.
In the chaos, Deputy Chief Lyle had unknowingly helped one of his own.
I got a text message from one of our fire personnel that just said, "Thank you for saving my embryos." His wife was one of the ones that was going to have an appointment that week. When I heard about that was touching, for sure.
They wouldn't have been able to keep without you.
Maybe.
You're hesitant to take the credit.
Yeah. It wasn't me, it was everybody.
A real team effort there. And David, tonight, we're hearing from law enforcement sources that are telling ABC News that the suspect at one point operated several now deleted social media accounts where he would upload videos of homemade bomb tests and discuss suicide. David.
All right, Kana Whitworth in Palm Springs. Thanks, Kana. Now to the urgent manhunt at this hour after jailbreak in Louisiana. 10 inmates escaping at this hour after jailbreak in Louisiana. 10 inmates escaping. There's new surveillance video tonight that actually used facial recognition technology that appears to show 2 of those inmates who escaped just hours later in the French Quarter. 7 are still on the run tonight. And this evening, the note they left at a jail cell for authorities, saying of the escape, "Too easy, LOL." ABC's Faith Abube in New Orleans.
Tonight, this new surveillance video captured with privately owned facial recognition technology and first obtained by ABC News, appearing to show 2 of the 10 fugitive inmates dressed in plain clothes in the French Quarter, just hours after that brazen jailbreak. Authorities in New Orleans now raising the reward in the urgent manhunt for the 7 inmates still on the run, days after what officials say could be the largest jailbreak in Louisiana history.
Most of them are violent in terms of gun violence. Some of them have murder backgrounds. And so all of them are considered very dangerous and probably potentially armed at this time.
Authorities say just after midnight Friday, 10 inmates busted through defective locks on multiple jail cells at the Orleans Parish facility, crawled through a hole behind a toilet in a cell, and ran off, allegedly leaving behind this mocking message, "Too easy, LOL." Authorities say a technician monitoring the area had stepped away to grab food. The escaped inmates on the run for more than 7 hours before jail officials noticed and alerted the public. Tonight, 3 suspects back behind bars as authorities investigate whether the fugitive inmates had help from inside the jail.
We have indication that these detainees received assistance in their escape from individuals inside of our department.
And David, 3 jail employees have been suspended pending an internal investigation, but right now it's unclear exactly what they're accused of. David.
Faith Abube reporting tonight. Faith, thanks. Tonight, the Supreme Court is allowing the Trump administration to end deportation protections for some 350,000 Venezuelans. The Venezuelans have been granted, quote, temporary protected status because their country had been considered unsafe to return to. The Trump administration claiming the program let poorly vetted migrants stay. The High Court now allowing the administration to end those deportation protections. Tonight, President Trump and Vladimir Putin speaking on the phone for more than 2 hours. The president now claiming, quote, some progress in the effort to end the war in Ukraine, saying he thinks Putin, quote, has had enough. But Putin giving no indication tonight Russia is any closer to a ceasefire. President Trump now saying he will leave it up to Ukraine and Russia to negotiate for now. When we come back here tonight, what we've learned about a very close call at LaGuardia Airport here in New York. We also have news on gas prices tonight and the family dog and the bond with a very rare visitor tonight. You'll see the images in a moment. Is now investigating a close call at New York's LaGuardia Airport, an American Airlines regional flight, aborting takeoff at the last minute. A United plane suddenly in its path, taxiing on the same runway. This apparently happened last month. Air traffic control telling the pilots of the American flight to stop before taking off, telling United to expedite off to get out of the way. When we come back here tonight, record travel expected over Memorial Day, the holiday, and we have news on gas prices tonight. Also ahead, you've got to see this, the family dog and one very unexpected visitor. They formed a bond. To the index and gas prices dropping heading into the Memorial Day holiday weekend, there's some good news. AAA reporting the national average for gas now at $3.18 a gallon. That's down 42 cents a gallon from last year. When we come back here tonight, the family dog suddenly awestruck by the unexpected guest. The family says it was quite a bond, and you'll see it in a moment. Finally tonight here, the family dog and one very unexpected visitor. Tonight in Shelton, Washington, south of Seattle, a remarkable and very unlikely friendship between a rare bald eagle and the family dog.
Wow. There's a bald eagle on our deck.
The Goss family and their 2-year-old golden retriever, Gnocchi, spotting a bald eagle peering right through their back door at their lakeside home.
Oh my goodness.
The family and the family dog all awestruck at what they were looking at, that rare bald eagle. The eagle staring right back. Husband and wife Jim and Stacy then noticing something.
Well, she's tagged.
She's tagged?
Yeah, look at her leg.
The family calling Game and Wildlife about the tagged eagle. An agent came to the house and said the eagle was probably okay. It likely just had a little too much to eat and needed some time to digest. That eagle staying in the backyard for another day. Mom Stacy documenting the whole thing. And the next day, sure enough,
Let's check it. See if it's gone.
the eagle taking flight, gone from that backyard. The family still now spotting that eagle now and then flying above their home. But back inside,
Gnocchi, where's your buddy? You looking for your buddy out there?
their golden retriever still hoping for another visit.
Hi.
And right here tonight,
Evening, David.
Mom Stacy and the dog.
We are incredibly thankful that this beautiful bald eagle found our home a safe place to rest. Aren't we, Gnocchi? Oh, good girls.
Gnocchi's still looking for that eagle. Thank you for watching. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Good night.